All right, welcome everyone. Today is Monday, March 2nd, 2026. This is the Kubeflow Model Registry call, soon to be renamed the Kubeflow Hub community call. Um, if anyone has any items before we go through all the agenda, feel free to jump in. As always, as with all Kubeflow community calls, we adhere to the CNCF Code of Conduct. So basically, we try to be kind and respectful to each other. Um, yeah, those are the main items to start. So if anyone has any questions as we go along or wants to introduce themselves, as I mentioned, feel free to jump in. Otherwise, I'll start going through the items. A lot of these uh, are sort of follow-ups from the previous meeting. First off, we have the CNCF graduation tasks. So we've had the graduation raised for a while. We're sort of in line for the process to go through. Last time we checked was fourth place. I'm not sure if we have an update on this. As far as I know, no new updates on that. Um, so one point that came up in, I think, the previous meeting was also the Kubeflow security reviewing mention of our fuzzers. So we do have some fuzz testing. That's something we want to highlight and make aware using schema thesis. If anyone has anything they want to remark or comment on that, please jump in. All right. Otherwise, we have the
So
one
do we,
dot.
I mean,
Yep.
well, before you go on that one, John, I mean, are you saying we already have it, or are you saying that we need to add this?
Yeah, we do have some fuzz testing. One thing I should mention is that in some of the recent upgrades to schema thesis, they changed some of their sub dependencies. That changed some of the ways that the fuzz testing is happening. So that is something that we need to look into, that we have as an item to do, to make sure that all those checks can be enabled and run properly. But we do currently have fuzz tests. One other thing to note is I believe those are not running on every single PR because they can be, pretty heavy, but there is a GitHub action that can be kicked off to run those at any time on a select PR.
Do we need to do anything to get back to the crypto security team with this, or is this already was?
That's a good question. I'm not 100% sure. I believe we are set there for the moment, but I will check on that.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. So then the release 1.11 slides. There were some slides put out. I believe we had some voiceover on those. Alessio also did some great work on a demo video. So thank you again, Alessio, for that hard work. We have a blog proposal here. We need to check on the status of this. So this is merged, I see. Does anyone have any follow-up or comments on this? All right. If not, then one item that came up recently was um, we've used, we've had interest from various people in AI-assisted code reviews, things like CodeRabbit or Copilot. It turns out that Copilot has been approved for use by CNCF maintainers. So there are some, um, things to note in here. It's worth taking a look at that link and sort of the how it works and the benefits. But the main ask here is if anyone has any concerns or comments about this, we'd love to hear that. If anyone, is excited about this or wants to share anything, please speak up. But otherwise, I think the hope is that we can proceed with essentially getting this set up in our repo.
Do you know if this would run for like every PR in the repo, if it's just PRs created by specific people, or if it needs to be initiated by a maintainer, I guess? Like, do you have any more information on that?
Yeah, that's a great question. Um, so as I understand it, it's for maintainers. So I'm assuming this would be similar to other things where it would need to be approved. I'm not even sure how it would work exactly for, um, non-maintainers contributing PRs. So that's something to look into.
Yeah, I mean, in general, I think it would be great for whatever it does, but I was just curious about the details, I guess. But even if it only runs on a couple PRs, that's better than not running on a couple PRs, right?
Right. My assumption is similar to tests where a maintainer has to approve tests to run on a PR submitted by a non-maintainer. I assume that there would be that at the minimum, but that's definitely worth looking into. Thanks for bringing that up. So the final item at the top here that I just wanted to mention briefly. I don't think we need to spend a lot of time on this, but we have run into some issues with our FOSSA checks. So this checks for license compliance and whatnot, which is an important check, but we're depending on this third-party API. And it seems that their API has been a little bit flaky and even broken at times in the past week. So this is really something that I think, need to elevate um, to the steering committee. Um, in fact, I will take that as a to do. Um, but if anyone does want to bring up or discuss any potential solutions, mitigations, this could be a good time to do that as well. Um, the main issue is that even maintainers, and I believe even repo admins at the moment, don't have sort of an override. And so if their API is broken, our PRs like can't be merged. So far it's been a slowdown, but it can be hours or days. So
Yeah,
unless anyone has,
yeah,
yep.
I've never tried it, but I mean, I assume if you have write access on the repo, you actually could push to main if it's really urgent. I don't think we should do that for this, but if
Hmm.
something really major is going on, I think we do have a safety valve there.
Um,
Okay. I I think I had heard from Mateo that that might not even be the case. But it may be like as you said that we'd have to go in and change settings and also not sure about, Kubeflow or CNCF policies and how that all fits in. But we should, kind of understand the situation a little bit better and elevate it as needed. So, all
John,
right. Yeah.
um, can we take this issue to tomorrow's Kubeflow community call?
Yes.
Obviously, this is taking a little bit of a churn on our side, right, in terms of getting our work done in a timely fashion. Uh, Maybe we'll get, I don't think they will solve it, but they may give us a direction to go about.
Right. So tomorrow will be the general Kubeflow community call, so this
Yeah.
will be a good place to bring it up.
Okay.
Good
Thank you
point.
so much. Yeah. Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
thank you. All right. So then we've got some follow-ups from the last call. So um, just want to call out again, Paul, the work on horizontal scaling for model catalog. Thanks a lot for this work. Did we pretty much cover this last time, or was there any new developments or
There,
comments on this?
yeah, there's nothing new on this. It's been merged a couple weeks now. It probably needs to come out of that doc.
Sure. Um, and then um, I know Catalogs Gen CLI tool, Alessio worked on this. Again, thank you for that. This might be another one that is pretty much covered, but any new developments? Right.
There's
I
an
think,
open proposal, right? So people are welcome to comment on that proposal for their thoughts and information.
yeah, thanks, Chris, for adding that. So yes, this is open. I think it was mentioned last time. Um, but essentially this allows us to much more efficiently generate new catalogs in a combination of a deterministic way and also using some AI. Um, so if anyone has thoughts, comments, questions, please go ahead and add those. Um, Otherwise, Kubeflow release. Um, I think we have covered these items previously as well. Anything else to note on these?
Anybody from
So
dashboard team here with us today? Don't see anybody.
this is one that I believe also was discussed last time, may still need some attention. Um, so the Kubeflow Hub KEP is next. So this was approved, renaming Model Registry to Hub, Kubeflow Hub. So if we have anything to remark on this, please go ahead. But I think we have a lot of the technical details of how to carry this out as well, um, sort of decided and laid out. The repo will be renamed. You know, most things
So if you
are essential.
click on the pull request that's highlighted around, not that one, go back to the doc.
The doc, yeah.
In our repo, down a bullet, there's the Kubeflow 2239, which is the KEP 003 in our repository for the proposed renaming changes here. So if people have any comments that they want to put it forward for how we're suggesting that to do the rename, that's where we captured all of that information.
Thanks, Chris. Good point. So I think the container registry will be renamed. So that is one that could be a breaking change, whereas the GitHub repo uh, should automatically redirect from the old name. Um, Lots of other details in here.
So what do you need? What do we need to keep moving this ahead, Chris? I mean, I think we're just looking for the reviews for the cap.
Yeah, we're just looking for any comments where people don't want to move forward with this current plan or have suggestions as to what else to do. I think we're just, so this PR with the information was put up 2 weeks ago. It was just after the last community meeting. I wasn't able to get it done in time for the community meeting itself, but updated the notes with that information. And so
Mm-hmm.
I hopefully by the next community meeting that will have given at least a month of review time, we'll have plans in motion to move forward with this based on any input that we've received from the rest of the community.
You mean this community meeting or the Kubeflow community meeting?
This community meeting.
This one. Okay. Yeah. The broader community already, the way I see it, the source KEP was approved, right? So it should be
Correct.
It should be up to
This
this
is
working group to bless it and yeah, somebody stepping into it and doing the work, right? Yeah. Okay. We'll also take a look and see if I can put a LGTM on that.
Great. Yeah. So if anyone has any dependencies or concerns, there will just be some renaming for anyone sort of depending on the image references or the repo. All right. So the next item, again, a follow-up from previous meeting. We do have a model registry client wrapper. It's a little bit simpler, a little more streamlined in the Kubeflow SDK, which is a separate repo from our model registry. And so again, the idea is any new user-facing clients we have within our working group should go in the Kubeflow SDK repo. Due diligence for clients. Part of this also is considering as we sort of migrate to that repo, anything we need to take into account, anything that could break or be problematic. So if there are any concerns or questions there, please raise them at any time. And then if not at the moment, then I will move on. I think this item was also discussed last time. So anything to add on the MCP catalog POC, Chris, or anyone else?
I mean, we continue to work on it as people can see from issues that have been merged into the repository. But as was called out, the POC was just a POC, but we've been moving forward with an actual implementation process with that. So the Open API spec changes have been made. The database layer is in flight along with the YAML source code and loaders, and we're just plugging away at the different pieces to make that usable within the project.
Awesome. Thank you. So the POC is not what's precisely getting merged, but is sort of the basis, the groundwork for that, and kind of gives you an idea of what the end result will look like. All right. And is Mike here? I think a demo was mentioned. I know he gave a demo, I believe, last time. So if there was more on this or an additional demo, maybe that will come in a future meeting. And then this Docker Compose. Actually not as familiar with this off the top of my head. Is there any comments on this or anyone more familiar?
I believe the dashboard team was looking at a easier way to test the dashboard with a local Docker Compose. I thought we gave them that, but yeah.
Okay, so this is something to follow up on.
I actually thought Eder did a PR for it, so he may not have just done a fixes for that issue to close the issue.
Close the issue. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, so I remember seeing something there. Thank you, Chris.
Perfect. Thank you.
Um,
Well, Yeah, go
I
ahead.
have one question, John. I know, is Addison available today? Um, there was a conversation on the another release called 223. Addison, is there anything you can tell us on that?
Sorry, just about the upcoming Kubeflow release for Model Registry.
320. Yeah, there was a conversation about release 326 or 323, something like that. I thought that was maybe a 1.11 is done, but that's the next release or something for the KubeCon EU before KubeCon EU looked like. Maybe
I'll have to double check on that.
okay.
I'm not sure. I know that we had put for the next upcoming Kubeflow release that we'd set 3.7,
Right.
which is just the upcoming, but I'm not sure. I can take a look at that.
Okay. Thank you.
Just add that as a note. So those are our agenda items. Was there anything else anyone wanted to discuss or bring up? All right. If not, we'll close it here. Thank you everyone for joining, and hope to see you next time.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.